Hey everyone, I'm here with, I guess you could say, sort of a review of TNA Impact. As I mentioned earlier in a few videos, I was recording it because I had downloaded it off of the XWN site. And very interesting Impact. I mean, had some noteworthy things happening. I mean, I know not a lot of people have been talking about Impact since last night. I mean, and I can understand that because I was one of those people that didn't watch Impact. But very, very interesting Impact. The first blood match between Tara and Daphne was intense. I think we might get a little more hardcore with those two going into lockdown. Let's see, Beer Money, I believe, beat Jay Lethal. Yeah, they did. Because I was just scanning through what I recorded, so it looked like Beer Money beat Jay Lethal in a handicap match. AJ beat Jeff Jarrett in what was a great match. However, Eric Bischoff interfered after the referee was knocked out by AJ, or knocked down accidentally by AJ. So he interfered and cost Jarrett the match, and I guess Flair is interfering as well, so Jarrett, because of that, has become the second member of Team Hogan. Actually, it should be known as Team Abyss Hogan. But anyway, Jarrett's the newest member. And, let's see, what else? We had a great... Oh, the six-man was alright. I mean, it was a cool match. One good spot was towards the end when Eric Young came off the top of the cage and hit the elbow on Six-Pac. RVD hit a frog splash, I think, on Scott Hall, and Jeff Hardy hit the Swanton on Kevin Nash. I mean, it looked like they were going to have the advantage because Six-Pac swung the door open on Eric Young as he was approaching it as the match was starting. So... overall, and Desmond Wolfe beat the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, thanks to interference from Chelsea, or distraction from Chelsea, distracting the referee. So, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I thought the whole thing with Desmond and the Pope was done. I don't know if maybe they're going to try to insert the Pope into the main event or what, so... I can't really say what they're going to do there. I'm thinking Desmond is going to be the next member of Team Flair, but then again, I could be wrong. Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson agreed to a ladder match with a key for the lockdown matches hanging above. I guess whoever gets the key... Basically, the thing is, whoever gets the key next week off the ladder, in the ladder match, they will have the advantage going into lockdown. I don't know what that means. So, yeah, overall it was an okay episode. I mean, Hogan, it began with Hogan apologizing to Jeff for what Eric was doing. He's basically saying Eric gets personal business mixed up with business. So, and honestly, I'm thinking this whole thing with Eric and Jeff, I think it's all because maybe, it's just my opinion, but I think, honestly, they're developing into something where maybe Eric's upset that Jeff probably stole what was once his company, WCW, intended, or what was left of what was once his company, WCW, intended into TNA or something. I don't know. Something like that. So, and yeah, the Tara-Daphne match, like I mentioned earlier, was an intense match. Tara licked the blood off her forehead, and it's like she was enjoying it. And I think Tara had this look on her face, like you're sick, kind of dude. Something's wrong with you. So like I mentioned earlier, I think they're going to go more hardcore with them sooner than later. And then the most controversial thing that's been talked about this past week from these TNA Impact episodes, especially because it was taped last week, was the Orlando Jordan deal. And oh my God, I mean, what in God's name is TNA thinking? True, they're not a publicly funded company like WWE is, but I mean, my God, if they're trying to get to that level, what are they thinking here? I mean, I can understand that, people that, I can understand that the majority of wrestling fans that are part of the gay rights movement, the gay and lesbian rights movements, are happy about this, but the majority of those that are like, that were for Proposition 8, wrestling fans, and they see something like this, I mean, oh my God. I mean, what is TNA thinking? I mean, that entrance was, I mean, and he's sitting like at a chair like this, actually like a bed, like right in the middle, and there's two chairs side by side, and there's a guy that you could tell is flat out gay on one side and a girl that's on the other, and you see the symbol in the back, the gay symbol or the lesbian symbol or something, the bisexual symbol. It's like, my God, TNA is really pushing the envelope. They're really crossing the line. And speaking of cross the line, I mean, he comes down from the ceiling with, hanging through some velvet or some kind of silk that's some kind of, I don't know what's holding him, but he's all wrapped up in this cross the line TNA caution tape, and you're thinking, what? And the way he's moving, and his entrance music, oh my God. That is just disturbing. I mean, I watch TNA. Like I said, I'm a fan of TNA, but I think TNA really needs to watch it here, because this isn't like ECW where they did the whole lesbian thing with Kimona and Beulah. That was when they were on syndication, and even that caused them to get taken off television. TNA's got to watch it here, because if they do something similar with Orlando, TNA's history. Flat out. But besides that, it was a very interesting edition of Impact. I give it maybe a 7.5 out of 10. I know that's probably being generous. But overall, just it was a good Impact, except for that one part, that one thing. And, still, I don't know what TNA is thinking. But that's all I have to say, and I'll talk to you all later.